today's video, I'm going to tell you if caffeine is healthy for you or not, and at the same time, we'll discuss the optimum way to use caffeine to reap out the maximum benefits of it. So let's start with understanding what is caffeine. So caffeine is a natural stimulant which increases your alertness and focus by increasing the blood pressure and heart rate. The regular ways of consumption of caffeine include black coffee, regular coffee, tea, green tea, black tea, lemon tea, and many eatables like chocolate. Many fitness athletes and regular gym goers consume caffeine in the form of pre-workouts, caffeine pills, and fat burners. For most people, the effect of caffeine can be seen within 15 minutes of consumption, and within 1 hour of consumption, the effect of caffeine reaches its maximum level and stays at this level for a couple of hours. The half-life of caffeine is 5 hours, which means that within 10 hours of consumption, you can actually feel that there is no effect of caffeine in the system and caffeine is completely flushed out from your body. And now that we understand the basics of caffeine, let's try to understand the pros and the cons of consuming caffeine. Let's talk about the negative side, the cons of having caffeine first. Now, the FDA has set the consumption level of 400 milligrams per day for caffeine, which means that up to the level of 400 milligrams a day, you can consume caffeine without any side effects. Caffeine is a natural diuretic. What it means is that it makes you urinate more frequently and it makes you dehydrated. So what happens when you get dehydrated is that the levels of all the ions, magnesium, sodium, and potassium gets reduced in the body. It disturbs the electrolyte balance in the body, which might lead to muscle cramps and even in the long term some central nervous system related issues. The other side effect of caffeine is that it can cause acid reflux in the body. It can cause digestion related issues in the gastrointestinal tract of the body, and which might cause some abdominal issues like pains, constipation, and even diarrhea. Due to the bad digestive system, the body is not able to absorb food properly, and the mobilization of fat within the body becomes little difficult due to this, which reduces the possibility of gaining muscle and reducing fat at the same time. Now you would be wondering that if caffeine is so unhealthy and it's so bad for you, then why do people actually take it and why is it so popular in the fitness industry or in the market where they sell you supplements and a lot of health supplements? So a thought to keep in mind here is that when I'm talking about all of these cons and side effects, I'm talking in the situation where you're overusing caffeine, where you're going above the 400 milligrams mark with caffeine. If you're consuming it within this level, it is probably not the case that you're not going to face such issues within your body. So now you would be wondering that if caffeine is so bad for you, is it so unhealthy, then why is it so popular? Why are people taking it so much? Why is it marketed so much in the fitness industry and in overall general health? So now let's see the positive side of having caffeine, the healthy part of caffeine, how is it actually useful and for what we can use it for. Caffeine actually helps you temporarily increase your metabolic rate, which leads to burning more calories. It helps you in burning some extra calories, which therefore helps you in losing fat. And this is why caffeine is a major ingredient in most of the fat burners available in the market. It is also helpful in increase your alertness, in making you more focused. So people consume caffeine or pre-workouts before having their workouts so that they can get better results, they can perform better in the gym, leading them to achieve their goals that might be of fat loss or it might be of gaining muscle. And now recently, caffeine has shown to have antioxidant properties, which means that it can actually help you in reducing or flushing out the toxins from the body and increasing your immunity in general. Now that you have realized that caffeine has its side effects, has a couple of things that might make you think that, okay, this is not something that I should take. And at the same time, you have seen that caffeine has a lot of benefits too. So now, as I promised earlier, I'll be telling you the better way, the optimized way to consume caffeine so that you can actually gain the maximum out of it with minimizing the side effects of it. Do not consume caffeine 8 to 10 hours before your bedtime, because caffeine in your system, if you're having it during your bedtime, you'll be feeling anxious and it will become very difficult for you to actually get sleep. Avoid having caffeine on an empty stomach if you're already suffering from any gut issues, because it increases the level of acid in the body, in the digestive tract, which will actually lead to more irritability and pain. The ideal time for you to consume caffeine in the form of black tea, black coffee, green tea, lemon tea, or regular coffee is between the time of your meals. So that is the time when actually some food is already there in the system and it doesn't cause much problem in your stomach to consume coffee. The other right time to consume caffeine is 30 minutes before your workouts, so that you can actually reach that peak level of caffeine. You can actually use it for performing the best in the workout sessions, to give you maximum in the gym sessions, and you can get the maximum gain from it. Caffeine in general is very addictive. Our physiology gets adapted to the potency of caffeine. So what happens is that we no more actually get the same effect from caffeine that we used to get with the same dosage of it. So now you only have two options. Either you can keep on increasing the amount of caffeine that you take, which will lead you to many, many negative effects that we have talked about, or you can actually cut back on caffeine for a couple of days and let your body not get adapted to caffeine, so that you can get that magic going for you again and again. So the best way I take it personally is that I use caffeine for my days when I'm doing the most intense workouts. For example, my legs workout, I use caffeine for that. I take a pre-workout then. And when I'm doing some sprints or some high intensity interval training. So you can also follow the same path. Otherwise, you'll have to keep on increasing the dosage of caffeine, and again, you have seen the side effects of it. So I hope this video was worth your time. I'll come back with more videos like this. So till then, guys, thank you so much.